Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie. My husband Alex is shooting the video today. We are finally doing a full tour and walkthrough of our schoolie. We live full-time in a bus. I can't believe it's March already. We've been in full-time for 9 months now, about 9 months. Really loving it. So we procrastinated doing this because we would have to clean, obviously, but we did it for y'all. We're gonna go through the outside, the inside, the roof deck, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going, after this, we're actually leaving for a 3-week road trip through all the national parks. So we'll have lots of schoolie related content coming out with that. So this is it. This is our bus. It is a 2001 Gillig transit bus. So in another life, it was a state city bus. It's 29 feet long, which I totally love, kind of bumper to bumper, 24 feet interior from like the dash to the back wall. So the schoolies go up to like 45 feet, but I actually really like this size. It's myself and my husband. We live in it with 4 pets, and it's maneuverable, and it fits in all the RV parks that we've been to. Some of them might have a limit that some of the longer buses might have some trouble with. But we were able to pretty much get where we want to go and live really comfortably with just the 2 of us. We'll do the exterior pretty fast and then we'll go into the fun interior, which is what I love. First off is our door. We did have this accordion kind of opening like a bus door if you've ever been on a public bus. It was a disaster, so we ripped it out and we put in this door. So you could totally just get a wood door and kind of cut it down to custom. We kind of paid up quite a bit. It was $300. Hi, cats. It was $300 plus freight shipping, so it was quite expensive, but it is a steel kind of storm door. Like, that's not breaking, that's not going anywhere. We sealed it all up nice, so all the snow and rain that we've had hasn't been able to get in. It has kind of two locks. Very secure, we really like it, and we haven't had any trouble driving either with it because we have like mirrors and stuff we can arrange to not have a safety issue. So that's our door. The paint, when Alex went in and purchased the bus, he drove it back and we were able to stop at he stopped at his grandparents' farm, and he had a very short suspense, but he was able to get it fully prepped and painted in 2 days. And I'd just like to say we're going to try to incorporate the costs in our video as much as we can. The paint job was about $300, $350, including the paint sprayer. Even less than that, he's saying, like, you can talk to. It
was probably close to like 200 because I actually returned a lot of the paint, so yeah, probably like 200 or so.
Of Rust-Oleum enamel paint and a paint sprayer. So don't ever, come on cat, go away. Don't ever pay like $2,000 for someone to, oh my gosh, our kitten is like crawling up the wall.
Yeah, don't
ever pay like $2,000 for someone to paint your bus. We were told, I mean, it's not perfect, you can see, but we were total novices and he was on quite a short suspense to kind of get back for his job at the time. So didn't take very long, didn't cost nearly anything, honestly.
Just watch some YouTube videos. There's a ton of people that do it.
Watch his YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's so much, it's not hard.
And to roll back around the cost, we got this bus for $9,000 and it was already essentially move-in ready. It was like kind of minimalistic. The guy had built it for just a road trip, but it had somewhat of a full plumbing setup. It was fully wired for solar panels. They wanted $15,000 for their solar setup, so we said take the solar, and we offered $9,000 and they took that, and we were later able to install our own solar panels that we'll go over. But it already had the electrical and most of the plumbing and all most of the nice wood interior, which we're not that great at. So it was a great deal. $9,000 plus taxes. It was about $10,000 for the bus itself. And we'll talk about the total cost after we're done. So if you come with me, we'll just show you a few things. We have our water. We had an RV kind of hose, and we had this crazy Texas freeze no one was expecting, and we didn't get on it in time, and it like exploded. So right now we just have a garden hose, but we do recommend getting like an RV one that's a little better. Doesn't taste like plastic. We have these nice twinkle lights we got at Harbor Freight. They're really pretty. The transit bus, and you'll see when we go inside, the big plus is the really high ceilings. How tall were the ceilings? We
they are 10 foot inside.
I thought it said 13 feet, whatever.
No, that's the entire, that's the exterior, but interior is 10.
But there's no under bus storage, you pay that price. So we did add this little garage thing on the back. If you can see, it was just from Harbor Freight again, probably like, not how much.
It was like $100. It's just a...
We would have like a couple of those bags all piled up on here with all our tools, because we are kind of handy. We're doing some renovating and stuff ourselves, and never had any issues with that, thankfully. No one's tried to steal anything. And then back here, the first thing we got, because we didn't have solar panels, was we just bought an emergency generator just in case we were to break down somewhere and needed to do something. The generator was pretty expensive, like $400 or $500, right?
It was like close to 700.
Close to 700, but it does give me some peace of mind that we're about to go on a 3-week road trip if the solar breaks down or something.
It'll power anything we need to, so.
We'll be able to do emergency repairs, that kind of thing if we need to. And then you'll see this is the back piece of our mini split air conditioning system, which came with the bus, which we really recommend. Again, we got it included in that $9K price. I think they run about $700 or so, but they do both cooling and heating, so super great. And around here, Alex just is pretty handy, so he was able to install us a plug-in system, 240 volts, right?
No, it's 135.
135 volts, so we can plug it into, when we first got it to the house, we're working on renovating a house now, so we have it plugged into the house, but also any of the RV parks we lived in for a while. So that's pretty much the exterior. Let's go inside. Alright, so we go inside after you, go back. After you, honey, you can go in.
Back, Max, back.
The bus does kneel if anyone ever needs, like, if our parents came, we could put it down a little bit, but this is the mudroom of our bus. You can step back to try to get it all in the frame. I found this nice little wicker console here for 15 bucks at a thrift store. So we have all of our shoes, our blankets, some fishing tackle boxes, all of our backpacks and stuff. On the ceiling you can see we have some fishing poles up there, so we don't really notice that. And then we put this nice cherry wood that we stay in this nice kind of, I think, American, what is that called? Whatever.
So it's faded American or something like that.
Yeah,
light American.
We stained it. I think it looks a lot better than the previous metal. And we just, when we're not traveling, we keep some nice stuff up here, some catch-alls and stuff for our keys, and
it's nice just to have that counter space
and that kind of stuff. This is just Reflectix that we put up for privacy, but if we live in Texas, so it would really not be doable to live in a bus without Reflectix in the summer. They do really help keep it cool in here.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And you can take them down and put them up really easy.
Yeah, so you can take them down, but right now we're just like in a neighborhood. I really love the natural light, but you're gonna want to have Reflectix.
It's pretty cheap too.
And I just covered it with some cheap fabric I got at like Joann's to make it a little more aesthetic. We have a nice little IKEA thing here that we keep all our manuals and like important documents and stuff. This is the driver's seat, and then we have, I always get a ton of questions about our cat setup. That's probably like the most asked question when I post in our Facebook groups. So we just got one of these, fill it with, it's called the world's greatest litter, I think, and it's just above and beyond the best we've ever used. It just doesn't smell, it lasts forever, we really love it. We got a little poop deck sign. And this thing is great. I found it at a thrift store. It was initially from Target, but it's a thing that, it's a cat scratch that kind of attaches to the wall, so I highly recommend that if you do have cats. A couple places throughout the bus we have these little metal hooks. I think we originally got them from IKEA, so we have all of our
and aprons. They fold up.
Yeah, and they do fold up, stuff like that. All the nice decor I've gotten over the months from thrift stores. So that's our mudroom. This floor wasn't in when we got it. It was just kind of a gross bus floor. So we picked this wood up from what was it called? Not Habitat for Humanity.
I thought we did get it from Habitat.
Oh, okay, never mind. Habitat for Humanity installed that ourselves. And then these areas here were these weird seats.
Yeah, that's where the wheel wells are. So.
Again, the wheel wells are really high in a transit bus, but like look at these beautiful ceilings. So these were these weird seats, so we were like, no, we're not sitting that high and stuff. So we ripped those out, put in our lovely wood burning stove, which I so recommend. I wanted this aesthetic tile. Alex put it in for me. I think it's beautiful. But this is the Mini Woodsman stove from Northwoods Fabrication. At the time we got it, it was only like $260, I think. I think it's now, I checked, it was like $310 now on their website, but that just blows anyone else out of the water. Like the mini cubic stoves and Mini Wood stove, like actual brand.
Yeah, the cubic minis, they're
are like
pretty expensive.
$1,600 or something. So we got this one for like $260. We picked up the stove pipe and the cap, and there's like a little chimney on the roof. Those we all got from Lowe's, so don't feel like you need to get the kit, which is marked up from these companies. We just got the stove, we bolted it in with a tile drill, and we installed this chimney. And we've used it a bunch of times, like I mentioned before, in this crazy winter we've had. With no problems at all. It's been totally lovely. I just really wanted one, even though that we live in Texas, just because I think it adds some value to the bus. Really cozy. Totally love it. Can't say that enough. Over on this side, we got this kind of retro looking fridge from Lowe's, actually. It was a little less than $200 with our military discount. And I put a little tiny microwave on top as well, because we're not healthy people. So.
We don't use it that much.
And then these, we were like, we have this really weird space here, so I went online and I found these here from IKEA, and they just fit perfectly into this space. So it's two that we kind of bolted together. They stay put. And then the big tip for driving is to not get RV stuff. That stuff's marked up. These are child safety locks, which we got a pack of like 30 for like $5 on Amazon. So you can just open them really easily, get whatever you need.
So your stuff doesn't go flying while you drive,
and
which
then,
is not fun.
That happens a lot. And then we have a giant drawer that we built kind of poorly, but there's also a bunch of stuff under there. Little bookcase here. This is our living room / kitchen. Welcome. So start with the couch first. It is a pull-out, so it does pull out to like a full queen-size bed.
Yeah.
It sleeps 2 people pretty easily. You can see under here, it pulls out like that. And under the couch are the water tanks that came with the bus. Again, so a pretty significant cost we got included. I think we have 75 gallons.
I think it's like 50.
No, it's either 75
Maybe.
or 100. It's actually quite a bit.
I don't think it's not 100.
I don't think we would ever use that, but there's 2 giant water tanks under here. And then down there, under this wall, there's also a gray tank for the shower and the sink that it drains into. So we really love this. The foam came. We've recovered the sofa twice now. The first time we chose velvet, and we really liked it until I melted it with a heat gun accidentally. This next time we just chose this like canvas, which I actually don't like as much. You can see it shows stains, so I recommend the velvet. It was from it was just from Fabric Wholesale Direct. It was $57 both times to recover it.
It was really easy to do.
Really easy with a staple gun. Don't feel like you need to like buy pre-made upholstery stuff.
We just bought a
and it wasn't even like upholstery. This is upholstery and it sucks. There's a lot of stains and stuff. The first time I just bought straight velvet. It was like stretched fabric and it worked so well. You couldn't see stains or anything. We're gonna redo it at some point. I put in these shelves. Those were new. That everything on them is thrifted, but the shelves I also put in just for a little extra storage. We love it. And under here, there's more storage. We usually keep our dog food and cat food and litter in there, so it's out of sight. And I installed this little bottle opener here that I think is super cute. So then over to our kitchen. Pretty interesting. When we get to the bedroom, there was closed cabinet here that was initially hung up here, but I really wanted the open because we are city living. If you watched our last video, we don't travel that much, so I just wanted it to be this nice open kind of pretty area. So I put in the wood shelf instead and that background up there. And then we also installed this one, which is our coffee bar, obviously. It's our favorite thing. We have a magnetic knife holder here. They don't move at all when we drive. And then all this stuff in the back here also doesn't move when we drive. The countertop is like really deep and wide, so stuff stays put. The sink is kind of a nice it's kind of gross right now.
Yeah, but it is a full-size sink though.
It's huge. With this thing that comes out, we can bathe our dog in there if we wanted to. We just take everything down and put it in the sink, and believe it or not, the sink's actually big enough to keep all of our breakable stuff in without any issues when we're driving. We have a lot of storage under here. It's not super finished, but we keep a ton of stuff under there. Excuse me. And then this stove has been kind of the bane of our existence, but we got this Magic Chef. It's a mini RV stove. We got it on Craigslist from a really sketchy guy for $100. We unfortunately never been able to find another one online, so if you are trying to build your own, just like jump on them if you ever see them in your area.
They're expensive. It
was $100 on Craigslist, and it immediately broke, unfortunately. So we used the 4 burners, but the regulator, which is like vintage and pretty expensive, broke. So the actual oven, we just keep some storage in there, but we use the burner every day. We didn't really mind not having an oven, but eventually we did get this guy, which is a, what is that? Is that a Ninja?
No, it's
whatever. It's one of those that's like
California.
California. Also, it's you can see it's a toaster, an oven, an air fryer, broil, roast. It's like everything, including an air fryer that we really like.
Toaster.
So it does take up some counter space,
but we made an entire Thanksgiving dinner in it. So I mean, it definitely works. It works really well.
Could totally do without if you found an RV oven that actually works. They're like $500, not the Magic Chef, but they have other ones you can get online for like $500, $600. So if we had to do it again, maybe we would just get a new one and not trust the Craigslist guy. But we really love it. You know, normally we obviously like Crystal Light, but we have more groceries in there. We just put some hooks and stuff for here. It's fully functional. We like to cook, we like to bake, so we're always in here using it. Alright, let me scooch by you and we'll show you the other way. So up here we have a little area that has a desk and a little stool. It's one of those older sewing stools, so it does have a little bit of storage under there. And this thing flips up. It's like a vanity. So we're not the most organized people you can see, but storage is king. We actually got this desk from Home Depot, strangely enough. I was like looking for vanities specifically that would have a mirror, and that was the cheapest one. It was about $100 for some reason.
And it came with a stool too.
Yeah, we don't often use it, honestly. If I had to do it again, I might just put in like a nice comfy recliner or something right here, but a lot of people do like to have a desk or a table or something. So.
I use it once in a while though.
So yeah, it's good. We have a nice mirror I thrifted, and then I also thrifted these guys. So they're just these nice like kind of vintage hanging globes. We love it. This room was here when we bought the bus. This closet we added. He had like a apartment-sized fridge here, so we got rid of that. But this was beautiful. He was so good at woodworking. You can see he did the ceiling and everything like that. So this is our bathroom. We'll step up here now. We got a Bailey.
She hiding in there?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the reality. Step back a little bit. This is the reality of bus life, is that you might not have a lot of privacy. We decided not to build this wall out anymore and put a door here just so that we could get the mattress in and out and stuff if we needed to, but we just used this curtain, and this is our bathroom. Alright, I'll take the camera for a second. So we have a Nature's Head composting toilet that we love. It's great. We totally use and abuse it. And it's not failed us so far. Alex put in this little tiny cabinet we got from Lowe's, and then a thrifted little wood bowl. He put in a little sink for me to brush my teeth in, which we totally love. Mounted our little dirt devil here. Probably the top kind of 5 things that you need in a schoolie are all vacuums. So yes. little tiny functional bathroom. I just really hated brushing my teeth in like the kitchen sink. I think that's gross. So that's pretty much all we use this guy for. there's a little bit of storage under there. And then we have a full-size fiberglass shower that we also was obviously included in the first purchase. It's awesome. We really love it. It's huge. Obviously, I would love maybe to have like the nice tile, like an Instagrammable tile, but this is so nice and easy to take care of. We probably won't do that. Hi, Alex. Then over here, we put this little closet in. That's our tankless water heater, which is the best thing about living in a schoolie, is like unlimited hot water. It's run by propane, and this, I'm sorry, we're not very organized, but it's all a catch-all in here, and then the propane is under there too, so we just turn it on and off usually. Okay, so that's our closet. Under the bed right now, the whole thing lifts up, but there's a ton of storage all the way to the back of the bus. All under there is storage. So I'll give this back. So right now I have it filled with my inventory for my online shop. Some cleaning supplies, storage, stuff like that. But I'm in the military, so I was able to fit my full kit under there while, you know, living in here full time. Really plenty of storage for the two of us. So back here, is our lovely cozy bedroom, and we totally love it. This is the mini split. Like I said, it does heat and cold. It has a little controller right here. You know, shelves we've put in, fire alarm, carbon monoxide alarm. We actually have another one somewhere as well. We brought this TV from our house because we're you know, we try to be hippies, but we do like TV and stuff. So it's on a swivel thing. We use it a lot. And then I just have thrifted over the months some of these little tables and stuff like that for storage, and so that stuff doesn't get sucked under the bed and lost forever. So I'll take that for a second to show you guys the view here. You can see we have a little tiny fridge we're going to use on our camping trip, probably to not waste solar. My printer. This is all my crafting stuff. I have this giant nightstand that our cats love, and a little kind of shipping area under there. We can sit there, kind of work on it like a desk. And then these are what were initially in the kitchen. So we just put them, we put one, there was one here and one in the kitchen, so we moved it back here so we would each have one. Would you open that one for me, Alex?
This one we do have latched.
Yeah, so we have a latch that keeps it closed, but all of our clothes are in there. You can close that. And they stay closed when we're driving. And the other three are pretty empty right now because we're about to go do laundry. But I put some records up on the wall. Get out of the way. Here, close the curtains. So we can see the whole view, and then we'll go up on the roof to finish this out. Alright, so that's kind of the whole view of the house. You can see it's huge ceilings. Alex is 5'8" or so, and we love it. It's beautiful. Down below the printer and stuff, the wood lifts up, and that's where we're keeping our batteries and our inverter. And I'm gonna bring you up to the roof now.
Back slowly so you don't hit the solar. You probably just hit the solar.
No, it's so we come right out. I usually just hop out, and this is our beautiful deck here. It's totally lovely. That's kind of a weird thing, but we put a muffler on the generator. It's just a car muffler. Some people give us flack for that, but it actually really helps keep it quiet. And then over here is our little solar field that we have started so far. So I'll let Alex talk a little bit about the solar, and then we'll finish it off.
Okay, so solar, we got a Renergy, however you say it, 400 watt solar kit. I just installed that a couple days ago. It was about, with the 4 panels, that's 400 watts, 12 volts. Came with the wiring, mounting brackets, and charge controller for $630, so not too bad. And then I got 2, hi buddy, I got two deep cycle AGM batteries, and so that's 200 watts, 200 amp hours of usable battery. It's about probably like 150 if whatever you put it down to. And then I bought a 1100 watt Krieger power inverter, so it allows us to power pretty much whatever we want in here. I think the only thing we can't power is like our stove up there. Not stove, the desktop, whatever it is.
The countertop one.
The countertop toaster oven. But otherwise we should be able to run fans, charge phones. I'm going to run it into the panel so that we have power. We can just flip it on and off and be good to go. So all in all is about, I think for our entire solar setup, inverter, battery, solar panels, it was all about $1,050.
So yeah, it comes to total cost. Like I said, we got the bus with taxes, with sales tax and everything, for about $10,000, maybe a little less. And all in, we're at about 16 to 17 right now. So the most expensive thing was the Nature's Head toilet. The next expensive thing was the solar we decided to do, and then the steel door. So if you make your own toilet, if you decide to do a different power source, and you just made your own door, you can really do this quite cheaply, in my opinion. I think we did a pretty good job. We were very comfortable. I actually prefer the kind of tiny home living to normal houses. So this is our home, 16 to 17K full time. We were paying a lot, unfortunately, for our rented house previously, so it's already essentially paid for itself. In about the first year, it will pay for itself, even if you spend close to 20K on a bus. Okay, so let's do a little walkthrough. I'll take it, and then we'll finish the video. So we have our nice little area here. Alright, thank you for watching. Like I said, make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to have a ton of content coming out very soon here. So have a great rest of your day.